Hi guys, my name is Crissy.
I'm Lee.
I'm Lyn.
I'm Marinda.
And I'm Rachel, and we're from the Chattanooga Public Library.
And today, we are going to be making postcards with an artistic twist. So today we're actually all going to be leading the program, and y'all are going to be doing it with us. So we're going to go over the supplies and gather them up and then go over some instructions. And then by the end, we will have an amazing postcard that you can send in the mail. So here we go. Yay.
So one of the reasons that we're all leading this program is because we are making postcards to send to the same person. One of our library staff members, Thomas, is deployed right now with the National Guard, and we miss him and want to send him our happy thoughts. So we thought as a group, we would all make postcards.
So now that y'all know who we are all sending ours to, I'm going to go over the supplies that you will definitely need. And then I'm going to ask everyone else to share how they're making their postcard special to their friendship with Thomas. So the things that you're definitely going to need for this project is going to be either cardstock or watercolor paper. So you need paper that's thicker than notebook paper. The second thing you're definitely going to need is going to be a ruler to measure out your postcard and to make the lines nice and straight. And you will also want a marker or different color markers, and then a pen or a pencil and some scissors. So for mine, I'm going to make mine special by doing a collage. So I have some magazines that I'm going to go through and find some different photos that I can glue together. And then I'm also going to Mod Podge some glitter on top of mine because I know how much Thomas loves glitter. So that's going to be my postcard. And now I want to hear from everybody else how you are making your postcards.
Well, my plan was to write Thomas a message in German because he speaks some and I've been trying to learn some. So after I put my message down, I'm going to put some glitter stars and draw him some cool stuff in marker.
Awesome. Lee, what are you doing on yours?
I have some really cool stickers and some washi tape and lots of different color markers.
Hey, that's going to be great. Rachel, what about you?
I have got my watercolor set here, and I am going to do my best to make my postcard look like a Magic the Gathering card because I miss playing Magic the Gathering on Saturday mornings with Thomas and our tweens. So
He will love that. I know it. All right, and lastly, Lyn, what are you doing?
I'm going to be using embroidery thread like that you make friendship bracelets out of to embroider a little design for him on our card.
That's going to be so amazing. So we just wanted to show everybody that you can choose all different types of things to add onto your postcard. So go gather your supplies, and then we're going to come back and give the instructions. Okay, so the first step is going to be measuring your postcard out. So we are recommending that you do 6 inches long by 4 inches tall. So I've got my ruler out, and I'm just going to go ahead and measure that out, and everybody else go ahead and do the same thing. And whenever I'm measuring, I try to keep in mind the old math rule that 2 points make a line. So I always make 2 or 3 points and then draw my line just to make sure that it's super straight.
once we have drawn our lines, Crissy, what is our next step?
You're gonna cut it out. Y'all are faster than I am.
Okay, once we've got our card cut out, and the next step is to divide it in half with a line. This is post office rules, right, Crissy?
These are post office rules. So the post office has a couple of rules when it comes to postcards, and that is that it has to be in a rectangular shape and also has to fit their dimensions. And then the back side of it has to follow the guidelines that Lyn is going to go over with us right now. And the first one is dividing it in half with a vertical line.
Just like that, just a little line down the center. You can follow Crissy's
We are doing 4
2 points, make a line.
by 6 inches. Where approximately would our middle be?
Ooh, math brains kicking in.
3 inches on one side and 2 on the other.
Well, Lyn,
I don't do math.
I believe that is true, but we don't need a line going down the side that's only 4 inches, right?
Correct. Good call, Rachel, good call. It would look like this. Okay, but we will need to make some other lines. We're going to make 3 small lines as if you were going to use it to put an address on it. So it would be on the right side when you're looking at it, and I'm backwards. So would it be this side? I'll show you in just a second. You just make 3 little lines as if you were going to write the name, address, and state and zip for the person you're sending it to.
now does that need to be in the middle, or is it?
I would say towards the bottom, because in this one, you would imagine a stamp.
Exactly.
Which
Read my
is one
mind.
of those other rules, right? One of the other rules the post office makes you follow.
Yes.
Gotta have a stamp.
Gotta have a stamp.
Also, the post office will let you send cards in any color. If you want to use colorful cardstock, that is up to you. It just has to you just have to make sure that the 3 lines are really visible, as well as the address, and you want them to be able to tell where it's going. So just keep that in mind. All right, so do we all have our lines drawn?
Yes.
Perfect. So now's the time to go ahead and turn it on over to the front, and we get to start designing our postcards.
So I'm very excited to be making these postcards because I know in this time of quarantine, it has felt so good to get mail from my friends because that's one way that we can communicate. So I'm super excited to be able to send this to Thomas because I feel like it's going to make him feel really good.
I was thinking about that too, that, he's away from his family and away from his normal work stuff, and he would be anyway, but that the quarantine stuff probably makes it even more, kind of emotionally worrying. You miss your people because you're deployed, but also maybe you're worried about them feeling lonely too. So this is just an easy way for us to let him know that we're thinking of him, and that we would be thinking of him, quarantine or not.
Yeah, I'm excited, not only because I know Thomas is going to get a bunch of mail, and that's going to make him feel better, but being in quarantine can really take a toll on us too and our mental health. And one way that's super great to care for yourself is to create stuff, whether that's art, whether that's a silly song or dance. So it's cool to be doing something that not only is special for the person receiving it, but that can help us out too. So it works both ways.
I agree. And so based on these ideas, I would invite us and anyone watching this to think about how making a postcard to send to your friends or your loved ones in the mail is a way of being there with them. And when you look at your postcard, think about how they're going to feel when they see it and how it makes you feel to make it. And when we consider how people are going to feel when they see our work, we can let that guide what kind of stuff we make and draw and glue and write.
I really love all of those things that everybody just said. And I think that an awesome challenge to do, leading into the summer is maybe by making a postcard and starting a pen pal relationship with somebody. So maybe this could kick off an amazing pen pal friendship over the summer. That could be a great way to stay in touch with our friends from school that you might not have seen for a while. So it's just a great way to stay in communication.
I just learned something for anybody, I'd like to share for anybody who is going to embroider. If you pre-poke your holes in your line, I don't know if you can see that I've done that, it makes it a lot easier to get that needle in the right spot.
And not poke yourself.
Right, be careful, don't poke yourself for sure.
Safety first. Now, Lynn, are you using a needle for
I
your?
am. Yes, I have an embroidery needle, so it has a really large eye, which is the part that you run the thread through. So I could use the full thickness of the embroidery floss, the friendship bracelet string. So there'll be good thick stitches on it.
I'm interested to know if the embroidery floss will change the weight enough of your postcard.
Ooh, will I have to add extra postage?
I've been thinking about that with the glitter because I'm going to be Mod Podging the glitter on there, which will inevitably make the card a little heavier, and so I'm a little nervous about that, but stamps are pretty cheap, so.
I was worried that I would have to let this dry before I added the details, but I think I'm using a thin enough coat of paint that I can actually do some of it right now.
My living room is going to be covered in star glitter.
Yay!
See it? Ah, now it's on my computer. I accidentally made my heart look evil. Oh no.
What made your heart look evil?
Me.
What? That's not, no, that's good. Do we know Thomas's address?
Nope.
Nope.
We'll get it.
Oh my God, this is perfect. I'm doing like a star sky thing, but I just found this gold glitter.
Yes.
So I have been having such a great time making this postcard, and Rachel, I think you're right. Like, doing this artistic work has just made me feel so much better. But as I've been making, I've been thinking about our postal carriers, because they have been working so hard this entire time. Well, they work hard every day, but this entire time we've been quarantined, because they're delivering all of these packages from places because we can't go out and shop for them. So I just thought, my next postcard I make, I'm going to make it for my postal carrier. But then I'm wondering, like, how am I going to get it to them and still social distance? Like, how will they know it's for them if I just stick it in the mailbox? Do you have any ideas, Lynn?
Yeah, I think that there are a couple of ways you could do it. If you happen to have a mail carrier that comes at the same time every day, you could wait outside for them and say, hey, from your porch or whatever, say, hey, I have something for you. So could you just wait one second before you move on, and you could, go put it into your mailbox while they stayed in their truck, but you could, and they could get it then, or you could, on the outside of your postcard, put a little note or in the address field and say, to my neighborhood mail carrier, made especially for you, so that they would know. And if you leave the postage off, they'll see that it's not going to go through the mail correctly because you didn't put the stamp on it.
I love that. I'm going to do that.
Guys, look at my little flower.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Aw.
That looks so good.
Mine kind of just looks like a potato right now.
The back, which I don't want everybody to see, is real bad too. So hey.
Mine looks like an insane person made it.
Oh, that's so
I love it.
Thanks for the encouragement, guys.
I feel like all of ours definitely look like what Thomas would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, so cute.
Mine threw out a random German village on the front, so.
Awesome.
Oh wait, you're like.
Yeah, I decorated my note to Thomas. Ooh, Modge Podge smells like my grandma.
Well, I'm gonna keep that one in.
So very specific.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is funny because you know what smells like my grandma?
What?
Hardware stores, like little hardware stores, like the Ace Hardwares and stuff, because she used to own one. And so when I go in there and smell that weird, like fertilizer hardware store smell, I'm like, oh, Jean.
All right, so I am almost done with mine. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more glitter on there, and then I have to write my note to Thomas on the back. So how's everybody else's looking?
I am waiting for mine to dry so that I can add in the details later.
Looks good.
Mine is done on the front. I just have to write my note to Thomas.
Are those googly eyes, Lee?
Mine is going to take me a little longer because I'm so extra. But there's the embroidery part in case anybody wanted to see what that looked like. And then I have to pretend to embroider my letters because we don't want to mess up the address part on the other side.
I like the pretend look. That'll look great.
I just finished painting some Modge Podge over mine so my glitter will stay down. But my postcard actually already had a picture on the front of it. So what I did was decorate my letter to Thomas on the back in this little space.
That's an awesome option. You know, some people might not have craft supplies around the house, or maybe you just don't want to. And so if you go and get a postcard, then you can take your time decorating the back and the actual note for your friend. That's a great option. And I love the way that you thought about that, Marinda.
Thank you.
So I think that we're all going to finish ours and then take a picture, and I'll put it at the end of this video, so y'all should all watch till the end to see the finished product. And we just want to thank you so much for watching all of these videos and doing all of these crafts and projects with us during the school year. And we will be back very soon with many, many, many more things for the summer. So stay tuned. Hey, thank you. Bye.
Hey guys, one last thing. Please make sure to take a picture of your postcard and tag us on Facebook or Instagram. And while you're at it, go over to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.